former President Jacob Zuma's corruption trial is back in the High Court there tomorrow. Last month, Judge Piet Koen granted Jacob Zuma a postponement to allow him to appeal the dismissal of his application to remove prosecutor Billy Downer from his trial. Let's get the latest from senior reporter eNCA's Siphamandla Goge. Sipa, thank you so much for joining us. So, tell us about what's expected in court tomorrow and whether we're likely to see the former president there.
Well, basically tomorrow is all about what we can call housekeeping rules of some sort, quote unquote. It's more of a pre-trial. You will not get anything much tomorrow simply because we expect that it will be another postponement. When we adjourned, or when the matter was adjourned by Judge Piet Koen, who granted former President Jacob Zuma his wishes of having this matter postponed, it was pending the finalization of that application by the former president to the Judge President of the Supreme Court of Appeal, that is Justice Mandisa. The former president wanted the Judge President of the Supreme Court of Appeal to reconsider the decision of the Supreme Court of Appeal judges who decided to dismiss the former president's application to have the Supreme Court of Appeal listening to him, because obviously the Pietermaritzburg High Court, or Judge Piet Koen from the Pietermaritzburg High Court, had dismissed him in his application to have Billy Downer removed as the state lead prosecutor in this matter. So that recusal application by former president was dismissed by the High Court sitting in Maritzburg. The former president went back to the same judge who had dismissed him, that is Judge Piet Koen, to say, hang on, please grant me leave to appeal. I'm of the view that a higher court may arrive to a different conclusion. I think they may listen to me. These are the facts that I will present. These are my grounds for wanting to appeal. Grant me that leave to appeal to the Supreme Court of Appeal. Judge Piet Koen said, hang on, I don't think so. There are no prospects of success here, so therefore your application is dismissed. In terms of the law, the former president, like any other person, does qualify to petition the Supreme Court of Appeal direct, and that's something that he did. He wrote to the Supreme Court of Appeal to say, the lower court has dismissed me. I'm of the view that you can listen to me. Please grant me an ear, listen to what I have to say. I believe that you may arrive at a different conclusion. But the Supreme Court of Appeal said, nope, we don't think that is the case. Hence, the former president then had to write to the president of the Supreme Court of Appeal to say, please reconsider this decision that has been taken by the judges of the Supreme Court of Appeal, that they are not going to entertain my application. They will not listen to me. So pending the finalization of that reconsideration application by the former president to the president of the Supreme Court of Appeal, that's why the matter was postponed to tomorrow. But my understanding is that as we speak, that matter has not been finalized. The reconsideration application by the former president has not been finalized by the Judge President of the Supreme Court of Appeal, that is Justice Mandisa. So tomorrow we are likely to have that placed on record that the matter is still pending. It has not been finalized. Hence, the matter will have to be postponed pending the finalization of that. In any case, tomorrow's date was just to give an update about what would have transpired regarding the former president's reconsideration application.
Wow, you've got the facts really straight, and it's an incredibly convoluted and drawn-out story. And let's not forget, this relates to the arms deal in the late 1990s. I mean, there is so much to take on board. Mandisa Maya, of course, still president of the SCA, but she's been nominated to be the Deputy Chief Justice of South Africa. So tomorrow you say it's likely to be a postponement because that decision has not yet come down from her, whether she's going to reconsider. When do you think the trial proper might get underway? And bearing in mind that tomorrow is likely to be a postponement, are we unlikely to see the president, the former president there?
Based on what Judge Piet Koen had said when he postponed the matter, he did put it on record that there is no need for former President Jacob Zuma to physically appear in court tomorrow, because it's definitely going to be a postponement. There were two dates initially that were set down, which is tomorrow's date as well as the 31st of May, which was in a way what we can call a holding date to resume with the trial, because technically this trial has gotten underway. The former president has pleaded not guilty by entering into that plea bargain of saying, listen, I'm pleading not guilty. The trial has in a way started, but of course you will have these, starts and stops, stops and goes, because now you need to deal with these other matters in between. We do not expect that the former president will be in court tomorrow. He is not required to be in court tomorrow. Judge Piet Koen made it clear that there is no need for him to be physically present in court tomorrow, because proceedings are expected to be very brief. Even if his reconsideration application would have been concluded by tomorrow, his legal team is going to brief the court that the matter has been decided, we are ready to proceed, or we are going further to the Constitutional Court. Because remember, in terms of legal recourse that is available, it allows the former president, if he's not happy, he can still go to the highest court in the land, and that is the Constitutional Court. So even if his application would have been concluded by tomorrow, he would have not been expected to be in court. His legal team would have come to court to say the matter has been finalized, this is the outcome of our application, and this is the next step we are taking. So tomorrow they are going to brief the court that we are still waiting, the matter has not been finalized, and then Judge Piet Koen will have to make a determination as to what will happen with the 31st of May, because that's the date that was set down to say if the former president's reconsideration application would have been concluded, the trial can resume on the 31st of May. Is that going to happen or not? Of course, it's entirely dependent on the former president's reconsideration application that is sitting with the Judge President of the Supreme Court of Appeal, Justice Mandisa. So we do not expect former President Jacob Zuma to be in court tomorrow. However, he can exercise his right to say, I want to come, but proceedings will be very brief tomorrow, and it will definitely be a postponement.
So it's a quick one, another delay. We've seen so many delays. How much interest do you think there is in this trial nowadays? I mean, bearing in mind that it's gone on for so long and it's about a matter from so many years ago. First of all, how much support is there around this trial for Jacob Zuma in terms of people gathering or potentially gathering, but also the average South African? Do you think they still care about this?
In a way, whether you like it or not, I guess this trial will continue to dominate news headlines and public discourse in South Africa, because it's one of the longest trials post-1994. You are talking about a matter that has been dragging for many years. Obviously, in court, all parties will claim that they are frustrated by these delays. You will have the state, the prosecution's team saying, we are ready to go with this matter. The accused person is the one who's dragging this matter by delaying applying the so-called Stalingrad approach. On the other side, the former president and his legal team will say, hang on, we wanted to get on with this trial under fair circumstances, but we have raised these concerns about the lead prosecutor and the prosecution's team. We don't feel that our client will get a fair trial. Hence, we've been asking that let the lead prosecutor, Advocate Billy Downer, be removed. In terms of the support for the former president, those who are coordinating his supporters have been telling us, the media, that they are unable to get people to come to Pietermaritzburg High Court, because every time they go there will always be a postponement. They are saying they are reserving their resources and their support for when the trial actually resumes and the first witness is called to the witness box, and they say then they will ask the supporters of the former president to come to Pietermaritzburg and show support. In terms of what Judge Piet Koen said about these delays, he has said that he's frustrated. He would want to see this matter resuming and being finalized. His position on the matter is the former president can appeal towards the end of the trial if he's unhappy with the outcome. But Judge Piet Koen was quick to remind the NPA when it complained about the former president's never-ending applications, saying, hang on, the law provides for it to happen. Former President Jacob Zuma is not wasting time. He's not applying delaying tactics, because the law allows for him to undergo through all these processes. If you are not happy with these postponements and these applications, you might as well amend the very same law that allows him to do so. So this matter is far from over, yet we are not even talking about it resuming. There is no certainty that on the 31st of May it will get underway. So it's far from over, but then again, is, will it start on the 31st of May? Those who are legal experts are saying the chances of that happening are very slim.
So near and yet so far. Thank you so much. That's senior reporter Siphamandla Goge in Pietermaritzburg ahead of that trial, and the proceedings due to resume tomorrow, but it's very likely going to be another postponement. This, of course, relating to the Jacob Zuma corruption trial.